Whoa, look I was wondering what was going to come up from behind the mountain. I had no idea what that was, but it's a plant. Yes, as you can see, I'm Rajan Datar. I'm your moderator, well, MC and moderator for the day. So, hello, my people. Hola, ¿qué tal? Hola. Bien, sí, comment allez-vous? Bit of French there. Thank you for coming today. It's going to be a great couple of days. And I just want to ask you one question. Did you all get here okay? Because my plane was delayed by a couple of hours. But my main problem was I couldn't get through the arrivals because it was so crowded. There were people, couples hugging, there were families trying to say goodbye. And do you know what I'm talking about here? Yes, you do, don't you? This story, which if you don't know, is incredible. It's a big problem, particularly in New Zealand at airports, where you have crowds sticking around for too long. Now I'm going to read this out in my best BBC voice. This is the report, okay? Hugging your loved Hugging your loved ones goodbye could land you in trouble at a New Zealand airport should your embrace linger too long. The international airport in Dunedin, a city in the South Island, has introduced a 3-minute cap on cuddles as part of a broader effort to improve safety and keep traffic flowing at its drop-off zone. A sign erected in the airport's drop-off zone warns, max hug time 3 minutes. For fonder farewells, please use the car park. My mind boggles. What's going on in the car park? Anyway, welcome to this, the 5th edition of the A World for Travel event, which is dedicated to the transformation and adaptation of the global travel industry towards becoming fully sustainable. The focus this year, as always really, but particularly this year, is on collaborative efforts amongst industry players of all kinds, and there are many here. Now, I'm just a scruffy traveller. This is me looking smart, although I learnt from Frederick, white trainers, jeans, jacket. It's like uniform for cool men now, isn't it? But I've got a professional distance from this, but that's good. But I do admire, I must admit, the mindset, the intent that is at these events. That everybody here in the room shares the desire to do the right thing. And I love it. I love that idea of it. I like the fact there are people who really care and they're solutions focused, which is really important about this event. We're not talking about big formalities. We're not talking about ritualistic ceremonies. There are no big sales by companies, no grandstanding, no big egos, except for mine, possibly. And I do think that this event is completely geared towards action, which, as you can tell by the title, is what we're talking about. So today, we're looking at the importance of getting communities on board with destination management decisions. It's going to be a record-breaking year for tourism, we know that, but over-tourism, or as some people prefer to call it, bad destination management, has hit the headlines this year. I must admit, as a journalist, I've talked about it too. And it's caused a bit of a media storm, but it is all about sustainability. It's all in the bigger picture of sustainability. My big thing is locals, I have this phrase, locals don't want to be extras in their own movie. Think about it that way. It's their place. We should always respect, when we go somewhere, the fact that they make it what it is. So the agenda this year will cover topics like access to green financing, what happens in mountain destinations if snowfall is compromised, and there are important communication philosophies too. And we'll be asking what on earth is going on. And I mean that literally, because we're talking to a French space center scientist, a very, very eminent one, about the perspective from space and what the tourism industry can learn from those perspectives. Now, just finally, before I introduce our first speaker, I don't know about you, but when I'm in the audience, my mind wakes up when I hear something surprising, something counterintuitive almost. And that's what we aim for at this event, to surprise you a little bit, keep you sharp. So it's really important that we keep you stimulated, surprised, and awake as well, which I know can be a problem after lunch particularly, but we don't do that here. We're very sharp. So let me first introduce... Oh, I need to do some housekeeping very quickly, sorry. Could you please put all your phones on silent mode? If you want to take a phone call, could you take it outside the auditorium, which would be really good. Toilets and cloakrooms are all signposted outside the auditorium, and refreshments will take place, many of you might have had them already, just outside here on the right. So, first of all, let me introduce a man that I've got to know and respect over the last few years. Is recognised as a passionate, deeply thoughtful advocate of positive change in the travel industry. He's done it all. He's worked in travel, tourism, new technologies, held several high-level positions in Air France, Amadeus, Atout France, the French National Tourism Development Agency. He is now Secretary General of A World for Travel, dedicated to the transformation of travel and tourism. Please welcome Christian Delom.
Thank you, Rajan, our dear and faithful Master of Ceremony, because you accompany us for now 4 years, maybe more, 5 years. Dear Julia Simpson, President and CEO of WTTC, esteemed speakers, delegates from all across the globe, partners, sponsors, and media representatives, it's a pleasure to welcome you again with excitement and gratitude. At the WTTC Global Summit in Perth a few weeks ago, dear Julia, we met, John Kerry's word really struck me. I said, we are not doing everything, not enough, not fast enough. These words must inspire and drive us as we work to transform the industry. It might seem from many announcements that tourism has returned to normal, with numbers even surpassing pre-COVID levels. But success cannot be measured by volume alone. The reality is more complex. In the service industry, what is lost forever. Economic behaviors are shifting, costs are rising, and demand is reshaped by climate change, geopolitical tensions, and changing consumer expectations. The risk is clear. Chasing growth at the expense of profitability, sustainability, and resilience is unsustainable. If our business models do not evolve, we risk being left behind. We know we must drive more collaboration, more alliances. A World for Travel is a forum we use to power a new mindset and revigorate energy with the industry to cope with all these challenges. However, these challenges bring great opportunities. Innovations like artificial intelligence and renewable energy are revolutionizing the travel industry. Conscious consumption, especially among the Gen Z, is emerging as a powerful trend driven by destinations that diversify and manage visitors' flows more efficiently, and by companies focused on profitability and sustainability. Thankfully, many of our industry are already adapting, showing promising results. That's why A World for Travel 2024 is showcasing these successes to inspire action and shared solution with optimism. This year, we will address key questions. Among them, how are destinations adapting to climate change? How can mountain regions become climate friendly through diversification? How can sustainability regulation be turned into competitive advantages? How can green finance generate social and economic value? In exploring these topics, we'll also share the warning from CNES, you mentioned, the French Space Agency, that the next 10, 15 years are already written, meaning we can easily see through the tracking and forecasting done by space where and what our efforts need to be. And here on Earth, we can look to the Paris Olympics and Paralympics, who have set an example of delivering a massive event sustainably. Even business travel is making great achievements to drive corporate social responsibility. And of course, we have lessons learned from destination coping with excessive heat and natural disasters. After focusing on resilience, climate, recovery, social and financial innovation in previous editions, this fifth edition is all about action. The 5 Award for Travel Awards in Sustainability are again presented this year with innovative and dedicated firms delivering impressive results towards sustainable tourism. I want to gratefully thank all our partners, with special thanks to our historical partner, the Global Travel and Tourism Resilience Council, as well as our strategic partner, AXA Partner, Radisson Hotel Group, Europcar Mobility Group, and TIS. And a big thank you also to our destination partner, Sevilla. As we come together to drive meaningful change, I leave you with the words of Lao Tzu. A leader is best when people barely know he exists. When his work is done, they will say, "We did it ourselves." True leadership means guiding profound change so that others embrace it as their own. I wish you all fruitful discussions, and with that, I declare the 5th edition of Award for Travel officially open.